REACH for us, for Aerospace, has to do with safety. We're talking about safety for employees and safety for our customers.
REACH is for us as trade unions an important instrument that we have at our disposal in Europe because it guarantees a safe treatment and safe use of chemical products and also procedure for using substances of very high concern. So for us, REACH is fundamental for citizens, but also for the people that work with it.
When the decision was made to launch Aerospace, to build Aerospace, of course we had to do it with REACH in mind from day one.
Je dirais qu'il y a trois types de soucis qui sont apparus. Donc un, la structuration et l'organisation de nos ressources humaines. En deux, la levée de verrous technologiques pour répondre à l'obsolescence des procédés. Et en trois, la mise en place d'investissements lourds pour faire cohabiter les anciens procédés et les nouveaux procédés de demain.
The impact on our investment policy is of course that we've got to make some choices well in advance because the time to review the business case, make sure it makes sense, make sure the process is compliant with the requirement of the customer, starting the case studies, planning, making sure we've got the right investment mechanism in place, construction, certification, homologation of the processes. You talk about 5, 6, 7 years. So you need to, well in advance, actually decide for that risk investment.
In our sector, in the aerospace and defense sector, this is even a more complicated purpose because we work for European and non-European companies and we have very restrictive safety requirements to comply.
Having unrealistic ambitions regarding REACH, for example, on used substances could lead to the effect that investments at the end of the day will not take place anymore in Europe, but will be done in other parts of the world. And this in socially more unfriendly conditions and in environmental bad conditions. And at the end of the day, this product then is going to be re-imported into the European Union. So at the end of the day, we lose employment here, we lose industry here, and we are still faced with the import of these products or these substances in the European Union, but made elsewhere.
Nous pensons que REACH, c'est un enjeu majeur de toute façon pour réguler les substances chimiques au niveau de l'Europe. Bon, ça reste bien sûr au niveau de l'Europe, et là je pense qu'il y a ce problème effectivement d'équité et de concurrence vis-à-vis des pays hors Europe. Mais c'est vrai que c'est un outil formidable pour la compétitivité si on arrive à aller au bout et à harmoniser avec l'ensemble de la supply chain et bien sûr nos clients les exigences qui seront demandées demain.
Obviously, it is first the level of investment to be compliant. That means that before we were, let's say, the whole industry was working according to the same standard processes that were used and required by all the customers. Now, with the REACH constraint, not all customers have reacted with the same alternative or the same other processes, which means that first we have to work with the unknown, the fact that we may have to use different processes per customer, and obviously the amount of investment leads to uncertainty in the business case.
Expediting workload is something that will improve our business case and our operation significantly. Right now it takes just too long to insource new REACH treatment. And safety, of course, there's always room for improvement.
I think it's very important to increase the awareness of REACH requirements in all the levels of industry and also to simplify the REACH processes as the authorization, declaration, etc.
In terms of improvement of REACH, we could see areas like making sure that REACH is applicable throughout the world. Second, probably we should work together with the institutions about new standards. Thirdly, it will be important to get some definitive certainty about what is applicable, for how long, and when does it start.
We need to have clear procedures in REACH, but the procedures need to be adapted to the realities of an industry and to the realities of a sector. You don't have to look at REACH only from an administrative point of view. You also have to look to REACH from the reality of an industry. How does an industry work? How does a sector work? That you have to take into account when you discuss about improvements in REACH.